I came to LaGrange in 2001 as a transfer student from Andrew College to LaGrange College. Ended up getting 3 degrees from LaGrange College, my bachelor's, master's, and specialist in education. Born and raised in Eufaula, Alabama. I did grow up in the housing projects, single parent family of 8. Got the vision from my mom just to move on and do great things. Out of a couple bad choices that I made, even though I was a fairly smart kid, I graduated, I think, 13 in my high school undergraduate, full scholarship, but because of some personal choices that I made in life, I did get kicked out of my house at the age of 18, which led to me dropping out of school. I had a full ride scholarship to Alabama State, but I dropped out of college and rebounded at Andrew College, a 2-year school. And that's how I ended up going from Andrew to LaGrange. After I graduated with my bachelor's, I actually started working at Troup County School System. Got a job at Long Cane Middle School for 6 years. Then I transferred and worked in Coweta County at Smoky Road Middle School for about 3 years. Came back to Troup County, spent 1 year at Callaway Middle School as a math teacher before I was hired here at my present job as an assistant principal at Callaway High School. Being from the background that I am, I try to be a positive role model for all students. I think one of the most important things is to be able to relate not only to the students who look like me, but also having a relationship with all of my students to show that ultimately our purpose here on earth is to love each other. I write. I have published a couple books. I just published a book called Strive for Greatness, a motivational book, which is one way I wanted to give back to students, kind of share my story with them. I write hip hop and poetry as well.
What the world needs now is good people that see no evil and hear no evil. Watch for them wolves, they be wearing them sheep hoods. Say they share your pain, but they cellophane see-through. Sell your claims like the general. Commanders and chiefs be reporting fake news. The more they choose hate, the more we choose love. Let's take it up like elevators. It's me and you, your mama and your cousins too. Let's get together and change the weather, because I forecast sunny days and clear skies. It's a vibe when we positive. It's a vibe when we out to give hope to the little kids. That opportunity is equal. Let's be good people. Let's see good dripping. The best we could be and even bigger if we start with the man in the mirror.
Tell me, do you have a place to go?
People say that music is the universal language. And for me, I feel that that is one of the things that I've been able to connect with so many people about. Even my students now, it seems like it just changes their perception of me when they know that I do music. Growing up, I used writing as kind of an outlet to channel just some of the frustrations that I've had. And so actually writing hip hop and that sort of thing, it started from just doing poetry, writing in a journal just to get my thoughts and emotions in a center spot where I wouldn't use them to react in a negative way outwardly. And I've written like a lot of hype songs for the schools that I've worked at. I wrote one for Long Cane Middle. I wrote one for Smoky Road. I have one here for Callaway High that they play at the stadium sometimes. I wrote one for Auburn University, which I'm a fan of Auburn. So music is just one of the big loves that I've had, and it motivates me, gets me up every day. So it's just a big part of my life. There's a lot about LaGrange that I love, starting with the people. When I came to LaGrange, one of the biggest things I wanted to do was separate my past from my future. So during the summer times, I really didn't want to return back to some of the things that I was getting into. And I was literally taking in Miss Lisa Farrow, who worked at the library at LaGrange College. She allowed me to stay with her over the summer so that I wouldn't have to go back home. And that was just the first step of people who took me in, and just like I'm their own, and it's just the love of the people here. One of my ultimate goals is to open a performing arts school. I've been making a few connections and talking to some people about that, but that is one of the things that ultimately I hope to be able to bring to LaGrange, just to centralize that passion that any student will have for performing arts. I'm Nigel Walker, and I'm the story of LaGrange.